in order for a taxpayer to determine whether they have the requirement to register for VAT, firstly they've got to identify whether the income they're generating is taxable or exempt. So your typical exempt income would be letting residential accommodation, for instance. You then look at over the last 12 months, you ask yourself whether over a rolling 12-month period, your taxable income has exceeded £90,000. If it has, you're liable to register for VAT. But you're liable to register for VAT from 30 days time. That's the first test. We call that the historical test. The second test is the future date test. With the future, you look at from today, you say whether in the next 30 days you expect to generate £90,000 or more. If you expect to generate £90,000 or more within the next 30 days, you become registrable from today. So broadly, in answer to that question, when do I need to register for VAT? As a taxpayer, you need to register when you've gone over the threshold. However, VAT being what it is, it's not straightforward as that. So sometimes you find you're not a UK-based taxpayer, you are based in the US or in the EU, for instance, and you make supplies into the UK, you make supplies of goods or services to consumers in the UK, business to consumers in the UK. It doesn't matter that you haven't gone over the threshold, you become registrable straight away. So the threshold, the 90,000 I mentioned earlier, disappears. We don't take that into consideration at all. You're registrable straight away from day one. There are some circumstances where you can still get away from registering in the non-established taxable person example I gave just now, and that would be, say for instance, you chose to make your supplies through an online marketing place. That online marketing place would register and make your supplies for you. You avoid having to register for VAT in the UK. Another circumstance where you have to register would be, say you were taking over, you're a UK taxpayer, you're just going into business, but in going into business you choose to take over an existing business, and that existing business is already VAT registered, so you take over the existing business as a, we call it a transfer of a going concern. Because that existing business is registered for VAT, you have to register for VAT, otherwise the existing business, the sale of existing business to you, they would have to charge you VAT on. But if you register for VAT and you take over an existing business that's already VAT registered, they don't charge you VAT. So that's another circumstance where you have to register for VAT.